This is DMG and welcome to another Thaumaturgy Thursday on the 7D System channel. And in this video we're going to start talking about fire magic. We've previously talked about all the elemental magics. We're going to start with fire. So thank you to everyone on Patreon who supports the making of these videos. If you want to receive notification of when these videos come out, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. And you click the like button if these interest you. Now, fire magic. So as we talked about all the different elements, one of the elements, of course, is fire, which is probably the most well-known and the most well-traversed in a lot of RPGs. Fireball! Green flame! Blue flame! Purple flame! Fire magic incorporates burning, it incorporates light, and it also incorporates heat. Burning is obviously your standard flame that burns things. Light will then incorporate things like illusions, but it will not be illusions that make sounds. We'll discuss that more when we get to air magic. It plays on light, so if you were to blind someone, it would be a blinding light that comes from the basis of fire magic. Of course, ever-burning torches and things like this all come from the fire mana. So mana is essentially, or mana, is essentially what surrounds the world and permeates everything, and the 5 different elements have, their own consistency of mana as it flows through. Now, individuals have access to that, and they use the different magic disciplines in order to create spells. So of course, in verbal and gestural magic, a person is using gestures and saying words that then will bring forth the energy of fire mana to create spells. These would be things like, as we talk about blinding someone, fireballs, boiling, all these kind of things come into the various aspects of fire magic. So in future videos, we'll start to go through various actual spells, but we will just continue going through each of the different elements so we know and have a grounding as to what to expect from these. There's symbological magic. So symbological magic is basically your writing spells. So it'd be spell scrolls, spell books, spell tattoos, anything that requires symbols, the written word to conjure magic is symbological magic. So with fire magic, you would expect then that the spells would be written in a way that encompasses fire. So that would be burnt into the paper. So you'd be using charcoal, all these kind of things. Anything that has the essence of fire to it is what someone would use to create the symbols for symbological magic. Then there's component magic. Now, component magic or alchemy is finding things in the world and combining those little bits and pieces together to create physical objects that are actually spells. So when it comes to fire magic, this would be things like volcanic rocks, again, charcoal, tinder, wood, flint, anything that is generally associated with fire. It could even incorporate things like alcohol, which would be fire wine. But again, then we would start to mix the elements. So that would be a combination of water and fire. But again, more about that in future videos. Herbalism then is with plant matter and animals. So it'd be things like fire beetles and dragons, and these sort of things all incorporate elements of fire magic within their makeup. Those creatures would tend to be, from a herbalist standpoint, would tend to be vital to creating potions that are based on the fire element. So within the fire discipline, there will obviously be a lot of aggressive spells, seeing as it is, burning and destruction. But there are also spells that will assist as well, or be defensive in nature. So things like walls of fire and things to that effect. Finally, there's metallurgical magic. So metallurgical magic is magic that incorporates weapons and armor and jewelry and these sort of things they create magical weapons or weapons of a very high quality. So fire magic here would be something that would be incorporated within the metallurgical structure of the weapon. So that's things like flaming swords and ring of fireball, all these kind of things. That's where this will be encompassed. As the person crafts or smiths these pieces of jewelry, weapons and armor, they will then begin to incorporate the fire elements into the actual piece that will become the magical item. So in the next video, we're going to explore earth magic, and following that, we will then go into air. So I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one.